How many times have you used your birthday as a password, or perhaps your pet's name? These might seem like harmless, easy-to-remember choices, but the truth is, they could be your downfall in the vast world of the internet. Let's take a moment to ponder the importance of having a strong and unique password. Think of it as your digital fingerprint, unique to you and you alone. It's the barrier that stands between your personal, financial, or professional information and the prying eyes of cybercriminals. It's the key to your online identity, and just like a key to your house, you wouldn't want it to be easily duplicated or guessed, would you? Now, you might be thinking, but I use different variations of my pet's name, that's unique, right? Well, not quite. Cybercriminals are smarter than you think. They use sophisticated software that can make thousands of guesses per second, cracking simple and repetitive passwords in the blink of an eye. So how do we counteract this? The answer lies in creating strong, secure passwords. A strong password is like a fortified castle, resilient against the onslaught of attacks. It should be a combination of letters, numbers, and symbols, and should not contain easily guessable information like your name, birth date, or indeed your pet's name. But how can I possibly remember all these complex passwords, I hear you ask? Well, that's where password managers come in. These digital tools securely store all your passwords, so you only need to remember one master password. And one more thing. Avoid the common pitfall of using the same password across multiple sites. If one site gets compromised, all your accounts are at risk. It's like using the same key for your house, car, and office. Lose it, and you're in trouble. So let's not underestimate the gravity of password security. It's a vital part of our online lives. Remember, a strong password can be the first line of defense in securing your online presence. Ever wondered why your bank sends you a code to your phone when you try to log in? Well, let's dive into the world of multi-factor authentication, or MFA, as it's commonly called. MFA serves as a digital shield, adding an extra layer of security to your accounts. It's like a second lock on your front door, making it harder for cyber intruders to break in. Even if they manage to crack your password, they're stopped in their tracks by this second hurdle, which they can't cross without the specific verification code or biometric data. Now, what's this verification code or biometric data we're talking about? Well, these are the different types of MFA. The most common one is the one-time password, or OTP, sent to your phone via SMS when you try to log in. This code is unique to you and expires after a short while, making it nearly impossible for anyone else to use it. Then there's the Authenticator app, a more secure alternative to SMS codes. Instead of a text message, the code is generated within the app on your device. Even if someone intercepts your SMS messages, they can't access the code without your device. And lastly, there's the biometric authentication. This uses unique physical or behavioral characteristics, like your fingerprint, face, or even the way you type to verify your identity. It's the most personal and potentially the most secure form of MFA, as these traits are nearly impossible to replicate. But why go through all this trouble for an extra layer of security? Simply put, we live in a world where our digital lives are intertwined with our physical ones. Our online accounts hold a wealth of personal and financial information. A breach could lead to identity theft, financial loss, or even damage to our reputation. So, while an extra step might seem like a hassle, it's a small price to pay for the security of your online accounts. The next time you're prompted to set up multi-factor authentication, remember it's not just an annoying pop-up, but a powerful shield protecting your digital life. An extra step might seem like a hassle, but it's a small price to pay for the security of your online accounts. Ever dismissed a software update because you're in the middle of something? It's an all too common scenario. We're engrossed in a task, and up pops that pesky reminder urging us to update our software. It's tempting to hit later and carry on, but doing so could be putting your digital security at risk. Here's why. Software updates aren't just about adding new features or improving performance. They often contain critical patches for security vulnerabilities. These vulnerabilities, if left unpatched, can be exploited by cybercriminals and leave your device and the data it contains at risk. Consider this. Every piece of software, from your operating system to your favorite app, is written by humans. And humans, no matter how skilled, can make mistakes. These mistakes, in the form of coding errors or oversights, can create weaknesses in the software's security. These weaknesses or vulnerabilities are like open doors for cybercriminals. When a vulnerability is discovered, developers work quickly to fix it. The fix is then released as a software update, but the update can only protect you if you install it. If you don't, the door remains open, but it's not just about protecting your device. Outdated software can put others at risk too. A single unpatched device can be the weak link that allows a cybercriminal to infiltrate an entire network. The bottom line? It's essential to keep your software up to date. Set your devices to update automatically where possible, and when that update reminder pops up, don't ignore it. It's not an interruption, it's a crucial line of defense in the battle against cyber threats. So, next time you're tempted to hit later on that software update, remember this. Updates are about more than just new features or improved performance. They're about keeping your digital world secure. Remember, an outdated software is a vulnerable software. Ever received an email from a Nigerian prince promising a fortune? If you have, then you've been targeted by a phishing attempt. But what exactly is phishing? In the vast ocean of the internet, phishing is a method used by cybercriminals to bait you into revealing sensitive information like your passwords and credit card numbers by pretending to be a trustworthy entity. Phishing is a serious threat, and its methods are as diverse as the fish in the sea. It can come in the form of emails, text messages, or phone calls, all seemingly from legitimate sources. Maybe it's an urgent message from your bank, a plea for help, or an irresistible offer. But don't be fooled. These are all lures designed to trick you into taking the bait. So how can you spot a phishing attempt? Well, there are a few telltale signs. Look out for generic greetings, poor grammar and spelling, and requests for personal information. These are often red flags. But the most effective way to identify phishing attempts is to check the sender's email address and the website URL. Often, they will look similar to the real ones, but with slight variations. Now you might be thinking, well, that's all well and good, but how do I avoid falling victim to these scams? The answer is simple, but it requires vigilance. First, never click on suspicious links. If you receive an email or message asking you to log into an account or verify your details, don't click the link. Instead, go directly to the website by typing the URL into your browser. This ensures that you're not redirected to a fake site. Secondly, don't give out personal information unless you've initiated the contact or you're certain of who you're dealing with. Legitimate businesses will never ask for sensitive data via email or text. And finally, keep your devices and security software up to date. These updates often include patches for known vulnerabilities that phishers could exploit. Stay vigilant, not all that glitters in your inbox is gold. Ever connected to a public Wi-Fi without a second thought? It's something we've all done, right? Quick, convenient, and often free, public Wi-Fi can be a lifesaver when you're out and about, but it's not without its risks. You see, public Wi-Fi networks typically lack the security measures found in private networks, making them a playground for cyber criminals. When you connect to an unsecured network, you're essentially broadcasting your online activity to anyone within range who cares to listen. And trust me, there are plenty of people who do. So, what can happen if you use an unsecured Wi-Fi network? Well, cyber criminals can eavesdrop on your online activity, intercept your data, and even inject malware into your device. This could lead to identity theft, financial loss, and a whole world of headaches. But don't worry, there are steps you can take to protect yourself. First and foremost, consider using a virtual private network, or VPN. A VPN creates a secure tunnel between your device and the internet, encrypting your data and making it much harder for anyone to snoop on your activity. Secondly, avoid carrying out sensitive transactions on public Wi-Fi. That includes online banking, online shopping, or anything that involves entering personal information. If you absolutely must do these things on public Wi-Fi, make sure you're using a secure, encrypted connection. Look for the little padlock symbol in your browser's address bar, or ensure the website address starts with HTTPS. And finally, always keep your devices updated with the latest security patches. This will help to protect you against any known vulnerabilities that could be exploited by cybercriminals. So the next time you're about to connect to a public Wi-Fi, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is it worth the risk? Because when it comes to your online security, it's better to be safe than sorry.